Alright guys, welcome to the video. I hope you guys will enjoy this one. I'm going to do my best to give you guys some good info, some anecdotal info to help you out with your bench press, because as you might have seen from the title, this video has to do with helping break your bench plateau and how I basically did it. So without further ado, let's begin guys. So guys, just to let you know, for those of you who may not have been around that long, this channel has been around for a little while, and for those who have been around for a while, you've seen my bench progress. And for me personally, my bench was stuck around the 250 range for a bit of a while. Now that does not necessarily have to do with training, although my training style has changed so much. So the original, maybe hitting 250 was a break your chest, bounce like this, barely get it up kind of hit rep like a while ago, and then cleaned up the form a lot. But it also has to do with the fact that my shoulder on my right side has been destroyed and my elbow was torn, you know, micro tears, all kinds of injuries because of doing track. And because of track, my bench got held back for a while. But now that I finally am on the powerlifting team and I'm able to work on it without any hindrance, it's making a lot of progress now. And there's a few tips that I've learned that I think will help you guys out a lot. So for me, there's definitely going to be a time when eventually your bench it's just not enough to just keep on benching and expect consistent progress. Obviously, as long as you're working on progressive overload and a few other things, you're gonna eventually get your bench up. But there's some more efficient ways to get your bench to move faster, because just benching may not be able to hit those weak spots the same way as these tricks will. So basically, what I'm suggesting to you guys is work your weak points, because there's parts along the bench that you're probably bad at, and those parts are what you want to work on, because if you get stronger in those areas, your bench overall will get stronger. Now there's two types of accessory lifts that I do personally, and these accessory lifts are meant to overload the areas of the bench that I'm not as good on. So I'm going to start first with Spoto press. Spoto press is an excellent accessory movement for getting your bench stronger off the chest. For a lot of people out there, their bench is weakest right in that area right above the chest when you go to press it up. So for Spoto press, the trick to it is that you want to bring it down about an inch, to 2 inches, somewhere in that range above your chest, and then hold it there just for like a second, almost like you're doing a pause bench, and then press it back up. And you guys will see it's a chest contraction that is crazy. Bodybuilders use this just because the chest contraction is so awesome that you can grow your chest really well from it. From a powerlifting or a strength point of view, it's also a great movement because I, for instance, use it for volume. You could use it for heavier reps, but basically the idea is that by working it a lot, it will help get you used to being comfortable with exploding with your chest, and it will teach you how to use your chest more correctly. Now, what do I mean by this? Basically, before I started doing Spoto press, it was always a little bit difficult because I am definitely a tricep dominant pusher. For me to press off the chest, I lack the power. But by doing Spoto press, I found that I got more comfortable with getting in that position, and I got more comfortable with basically just exploding up, because it's a very explosive movement. And now that we're on the note of explosiveness, I'm going to move on to the second one. The second accessory movement that I think really helps a ton is banded bench press. Banded bench press is basically when you do bench press normally, except what happens is you put a band on each side of the bench, and basically what you're doing is you're overloading the top of the movement, but at the bottom it's a bit lighter. Now when I do it, instead of doing a pause bench, because normally I would do only pause bench for all my movements, I actually do touch and go, because the idea is that I'm overloading the top of the movement where my triceps are. You will feel this on your triceps. Even though I'm a tricep dominant bencher, I still do it because I'm trying to get that that lockout as strong as possible. And for me, it's been helping out a ton, I'm not gonna lie. And for those who aren't tricep dominant, who have maybe a hard time at lockout, because although that's more rare, it tends to be, I've still seen that, it definitely will help a lot, because since you're overloading the top of the movement, you can push through it, and you're also getting so much more stimuli on the triceps. So I use it as a means of getting more volume, and also as an accessory movement, but you could definitely use it with heavier weight if you were trying to basically overload your triceps at the top and get them as strong as possible. I've seen that before, and there's many other things that work that, such as the slingshot. It's kind of a similar idea. It's just that the banded bench press, the way it works is that it's less weight on the bench, but the band itself is adding the resistance on the top, as opposed to something like a slingshot, where the slingshot is just decreasing the weight on the bottom because it's helping you, but it's the full weight at the top. So those two movements, guys, I think will help you out a ton. Definitely try them out. I just wanted to put this out there because I was benching today at it as it was, and I was thinking about it, and I thought it could be useful information for you guys, because I feel like a lot of people plateau on their bench and they're just not sure how to get their bench higher. But if you work on progressive overload and combine a few accessory movements like this, it will definitely help overall in getting your bench stronger and where you want it to be. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna sign off and peace out.